children, welcome back to the video. In today's video, we are going to talk about area and perimeter. I hope you all are doing good and you're enjoying the video lessons. Today, I've chosen this topic because this is a very important topic for your RIMC exams. Now, this part is basically present in part B of your paper, and as you know it very well, जो आपका RIMC का part B होता है, it has only 10 questions and each question carries 10 marks. So the question which is going to come from this chapter will be of 10 marks each. So even if there are 2 questions from this chapter, you are directly scoring 20 marks if you have understood this correctly. Okay, so in today's video, we are just going to look on to basic introduction of whatever kind of shapes or different kind of figures will be there in this chapter. We'll be looking on to those formulas, their area, their perimeter, their diagonals, etc. Now remember, we'll be not looking into volumes here. We'll be only looking into the area and perimeter, that is 1D and 2D. Okay? So watch the video till the end and let's see how it goes. So the first figure here is a square. So square, as you all know, now these all boxes that you are seeing are also squares. Some of them are obviously rectangle, but the figures that you're seeing here are squares. Now square is a figure with a 4 equal-sided boundary. So square is a figure which has 4 equal sides. So this side, this side, this side, and this side form a square, right? Now its perimeter is 4. What is the meaning of perimeter? Perimeter means the sum of all the boundaries. किसी भी चीज की अगर boundaries को add up कर देते हैं तो उसका मतलब होता है perimeter. So यहाँ पे let's assume कि इसकी side थी 4 centimeter. Okay, this side will also be 4 centimeter. This is also 4 centimeter. And this is also 4 centimeter. All the sides are 4 centimeter. Now, if I want to add up all the boundaries of the square, this will be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. That is 4 times हम 4 को add कर रहे हैं, which is 4 into 4, 16 centimeter. Okay? So perimeter is very simple. You multiply the side into 4, that gives you a perimeter of a square. Where you often denote this side of a square with S. So that's why its formula is 4 into S. This is the length of the side, and that's how a simple square is drawn. Anyway, you can see a lot of squares here, I know. The second figure or second shape which is important for us in this chapter of area perimeter is a rectangle. Now this block, as you see, is a rectangular block. Coincidentally, this is a rectangular block. Now a rectangular has different dimensions. Let's see. So this is the length of a rectangle. Now whichever is the longer side, that is known as length. Okay? Whatever the shorter side is denoted by breadth or width. So either you write down W for it or you write down B for it. In this part, we are going to take it as W. So this is L, this is W, this is also L, and this is also W. Now in a rectangle, opposite sides are always equal. So देखो L के बराबर L है, W के बराबर W है. Also, you can categorize it as a parallelogram. Why parallelogram? Because these lines are also parallel. Okay. Breadth के साथ breadth parallel है, या width के साथ width parallel है, length के साथ length parallel है. Also, what do we see in this figure? The angles in a rectangle are all 90 degree, and the sum of all the angles is 360 degree, as we studied in the chapter quadrilateral. That sum of all the 4 angles of a figure is 360 degree. Now coming back, we saw here length and breadth. Right? We also saw that these lines are parallel. Now we'll move forward. We'll be looking into its perimeter. So perimeter, as you can make out, is very simple. The perimeter will be, you have to add up all the lengths and breadths. Right? So what will you write down? Length plus width. Then you have another length. Then you have another width here. L plus L will give you 2L. And W plus W will give you 2 times W. You don't have to just mug it up. You can always remember the concept. Perimeter, जब भी आप किसी भी figure का perimeter भूल जाओ, just remember one thing, कि आपको सारी sides add करनी. You have to add up all the sides and that will give you the perimeter. So same thing we are doing. Now you can take 2 common. That is most common formula of perimeter. You take out 2 common and inside it will be L plus W, or more commonly we write it as L plus B. B stands for the breadth. So this is the perimeter of a rectangle. What else do we have looked for? Now this we have already seen. What is the value of L, what is the value of W, and here a proper rectangle has to be shown to you, which has 90 degree angles. It has opposite sides equal in length, right? So this was about your rectangle. I hope most of you already know it, and this is just a revision for you. Then the third figure which you are going to see in area perimeter is triangle. Triangle is very important, not only the concept of lines and angles wala, but here in area and perimeter also. Okay. So this is a triangle. It has three sides, as you can see here. This is a figure of a triangle. It has three sides, A, B and C. So I'll denote it as A, B, C. Let's name it this side as A, this side as B, this side as C. अगर हम तीनों साइड को add up कर देंगे, it will give us the perimeter of this triangle. ठीक है? Where A, B, C are the sides of, or which you can call it, we can call it the length. Now we'll be moving on to the next set. I hope you understood this much. So the next two figures that we are going to study here are a right-angled triangle and a circle. Now both of them are very important. In fact, all the figures are very important. No one is less important, or none of them is less important. Now here we have a right-angled triangle. So I'll just zoom it in for you and then we'll look into its details. So here we have the right-angled triangle. In this right-angled triangle, you have A, B, C as the three vertices of a triangle, right? और इसकी तीन साइड बता रखी है उसने A, B, C तीन साइड बता रखी है. What will the perimeter? Very obvious. You add up all the three sides, that will give you the perimeter. One different point here is that it is having an angle of 90 degree, and wherever a triangle is having an angle of 90 degree, you know Pythagoras theorem can be applied there. Pythagoras theorem जिनको नहीं पता है, if this is a right-angled triangle, this is 90 degree, okay? This is called, the bottom line is called the base. This is called perpendicular. And this is called hypotenuse. Okay, now what did Pythagoras say? Pythagoras told us that in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse का जो square होता है, वो perpendicular का square plus base के square के बराबर होता है. ठीक है? In what sense we can say C is hypotenuse, A is perpendicular, and B is base, corresponding to all these three sides. ठीक है? So if I want to write down the perimeter and let's say मेरे को C की value ही नहीं पता. I am just told A is given to me and B is given to me. I have to find out the value of C. So what are we going to do? C को कैसे निकालेंगे? C will be equal to under root B square and A square. Now you may ask, under root कहाँ से आया? Whenever you have a square and you want to solve a square, the square goes on to the other side of the equation and it becomes under root. That is, H will be under root B square plus B square. Now H was C, so C is under root B square plus A square. ठीक है? तो हम लोग पेरीमीटर के लिए क्या लिख सकते हैं? We can write down B plus A plus this value. ठीक है? So the same way it has been done here. You can see that is perimeter is A plus B plus under root A square plus B square, where A, B, C are the length or legs of a right angle triangle. You understood this? I hope that's very easy. Okay, now let me just put down one value for you that would make you understand better. Now let's say this is A is given to you equal to 4 and B is given to you as 3. And you have to find out the perimeter of this figure. So what are we going to do? We are first going to find out the value of C. C will be under root 4 square plus 3 square. 4 square is 16. 16 plus 3 square is 9. This is under root 16 plus 9, which gives you under root 25. Under root 25 कितना होता है? 5. So this means the value of C is 5. So the perimeter will be 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 4, 12. So 12 will be our final perimeter. I hope that's understood by all. Now let's look at the next figure that we have to understand, which is circle. Now circle is very important because a lot of questions that you are going to see in volume part will be related to circle. अगर आपका circle का concept सही होगा in 2 dimensions, then only we can proceed to volumes. We'll be using circles and concept of spheres. Spheres होते हैं 3D, जैसे कि ball होती है, that is a sphere. Here we are just going to see अगर circle का एक picture बनाते हैं 2D figure में, उसको कैसे study करते हैं, ठीक है? Now circle is a very simple figure. I'll just show you here. Now in a circle, this is a circle. A circle has a center point which you may denote by O. ठीक है? O से लेके अगर हम boundary तक जाते हैं, circle की boundary तक जाते हैं, ठीक है? Then that distance is called as radius. What do we call that? Radius. R-A-D-I-U-S. ठीक है? Now the longest line which can pass through a circle is a line which is passing through the center of the circle. So as you can see in the figure, this is the longest line which can pass through the circle. And this longest line passing through the circle is called diameter. This is called what? Diameter. Diameter is always twice of radius. देखो यहाँ से यहाँ तक R था, radius था. From here to here also it will be R. So R plus R will give you diameter. So diameter can be written as twice of R, that is radius. ठीक है. Now we are talking about the perimeters here. Perimeters. So जो सर्कल का पेरीमीटर होता है, सर्कल के पेरीमीटर को हम बोलते हैं सर्कमफेरेंस. क्या बोलते हैं बच्चे इसको? सर्कमफेरेंस. That's just a different name. जैसे हमारे घर पे अलग नाम होता है, स्कूल में भी have a different name. Similarly, circle perimeter has a different name, which is called circumference. So circumference can be denoted by C. ठीक है. And the formula for this circumference or this perimeter is 2 into pi into r. Some of you might have heard about pi. Now pi is a term which has a fixed value. इसकी वैल्यू होती है 22/7. ठीक है. और sometimes we also write down 3.14. That is अगर 22 को 7 से डिवाइड करते हैं ना तो पॉइंट में it gives us 3.14. It is nothing different. ऐसा नहीं है कि पाई की दो वैल्यूज हैं. It's just one is in fraction, other is in point. ठीक है. Into radius, whatever the radius of the circle is there, you'll put down the value of r. उसको 22/7 और 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो आपको इसका पेरीमीटर या फिर circumference मिल जाएगा. I hope you have understood till here. Now we'll be looking on to the areas. Now let us look at for the formulas of area. So first figure, similar to the perimeter, we have square. Square, you know, I've already explained to you. Now how do you find this area of a square? Let's say this is side, this is side. You multiply the two sides of a square and you get its area. So area is written as side square. So let's say this is 4, this is 4. So this means 4 square, which is 16. Whatever the unit, whether it's in centimeter, meter, it will be in squares. Okay, अगर centimeter तो centimeter square, meter over the meter square, right? Now let's look at the next figure. Here we have rectangle. Rectangle we have already discussed. So rectangle has length and width, right? Now its area is also similar to square, but just the only difference is one side is elongated. So we write it down as length into breadth or length into width. The next figure here is triangle. Triangle has the simplest formula for area and everyone remembers it, whoever knows this. It's half base into height. Now this is your triangle here. This entire side AC is your base and this BC is your height. So अगर हमारे पास ये एक triangle है तो ये इसका base है and this is its height. So you multiply half into base into height and you get its area. Okay. Now let's look at the next figure that we have here. The next figure is a triangle, but it is a scalene triangle. Now let's see how do we find out the area of a scalene triangle. So for a scalene triangle, we do not have a base. I mean, we have a base, but we do not have a height. So if we do not have a height, we have to modify our formula. And in this, we will first of all find the value of S. Now what is S? S is perimeter of a triangle upon 2. So देखो इस triangle में it has 3 sides. Obviously a triangle has 3 sides. So you add up all the sides and divided them by 2. So let's say इसकी sides थी A, B and C. We add them up. We divide it by 2. And the answer that we get is called S. ठीक है? Now what do we have to do to find out the area of such a triangle? We have to use this formula. Now this formula is under root S bracket S minus A. ठीक? Bracket S minus B. And then last bracket S minus C. So S निकाला perimeter upon 2, then you write down in the under root S, then S minus first side, S minus second side, S minus third side. And then you multiply all of them and then you take out their under root. This will give you the formula of a scalene triangle. The above formula, half base into height, is only for a right angled triangle. Okay. Now let's look at a parallelogram. So with a parallelogram, let's see what is the shape of a parallelogram. Let's say these two lines are parallel, okay, and these two lines are also parallel. So this figure, this quadrilateral, is called a parallelogram. ठीक है? ये इसके parallel है और ये दोनों sides आपस में parallel है. Now for this, how do we find out the area? We need to know the base of the parallelogram. Along with that, we also need to know its height. What is the height of a parallelogram? The distance between any two parallel sides is known as the height of the parallelogram. Let's remove this out of the way. So this is the height. अगर हम इसको base मान रहे हैं, तो इन्हीं दोनों sides के बीच में जो distance होगा, that will be the height. So how will you find out the area? It will be base into height. If you want to consider this side as the base, then you will have to find out the distance between these two parallel sides. Always, whatever parallel side को आप base मान रहे हो, उन्हीं parallel sides के बीच में जो distance होता है, that is its height. ठीक है? So area into height will give you base into height will give you area of the parallelogram. The last figure that we are seeing here is trapezium. Now let's understand what is a trapezium. Here is a small figure drawn for trapezium. I'll zoom it in so we can see it in a better way. So with this trapezium, you have two sides parallel, as we discussed previously when we were discussing perimeter. It has two sides parallel and two non-parallel sides. And जो भी distance होता है parallel sides के बीच में उससे हम क्या बोलते हैं? उसे हम height बोलते हैं, right? So how do we find out its area? Its area is very simple. What you have to do, you have to take the sum of the parallel sides. Let's say this side is B1, this side is B2. So आप क्या करोगे? You write down half into sum of parallel sides. That is B1 plus B2. And you will multiply with the distance between them. That is the height of the trapezium. So that's how simple it is. You just need to find out the distance between the parallel sides, sum of parallel sides, and do its half. That will give you the area of the trapezium. Simple. Now let's look at the next figure. Probably the last figure that we are going to see here. That is a circle. एक circle का area कैसे निकालते हैं? Now this is almost similar to how you find out the perimeter of a circle. Now to find out the perimeter, we were using this formula 2 pi r. R I told you is the radius of the circle, center point से लेके outside तक, ठीक है? And pi I told you its value is 22/7 or 3.14. So its area is similar to this formula. Its area is pi into r square. Okay. So let's say कोई circle है जिसका diameter दे रखा है 14 centimeter. We know the radius is half of diameter. Radius will be 7 centimeter. How will you find out its area? Area will be 22/7 into radius ka square. Radius is how much? 7. So 7 into 7. So what will happen? 7 से 7 cancel हो जाएगा. And you have 22 into 7, which gives you 154. And let's say this is in centimeter only. So area will be 154 centimeters square. Simple. Now let us look at some questions down below. So the first question that we have here is telling you the length and breadth of a rectangle is 4:3. Now if you remember, जब भी हमने ratio वाले question करे हैं, we have already added x to whatever ratio is given to us. ठीक है? It means length and breadth will be 4x and 3x there. So here we have length we have taken as 4x and 3x. If the perimeter is 154, perimeter of the entire figure is 154. So I'll just draw this simple figure for you. So let's say this is our rectangle here. Okay. This side, the longer side is 4x. The shorter side is 3x. Okay. Perimeter means in सबको add कर दिया. Here is also 4x. Here is also 3x. If we add up all of them, what are you going to get? You're going to get 154 centimeter. So same thing we have done here. We have used the formula of perimeter, that is twice of length plus breadth. Length is 4x, breadth is 3x. 4x plus 3x will give you 7x. So 2 into 7x is giving us 14x centimeter. Simple. Now we have to equate it to the perimeter. So 14x is equal to 154. X will be 154 upon 14. This will give 14 11s are 154. So x की value कितनी आ गई हमारे पास 11 आ गई. So whatever our sides देखो 4x थी और 3x थी. तो 4x will become 4 into 11. That gives us 44 centimeter. And similarly 3x will be 3 into 11, which will be 33 centimeter. So these are the two sides of this figure. Simple. Question number 2 says, if the side of a square is doubled, then how much time its area becomes? कि अगर एक square है, now let's say I'll draw one square here. ठीक है? ये हमारा एक square है. That's looking more of a rectangle. Let's draw it once again. So this is our square. ठीक है? And let's assume it has certain side. मान लो S side है और S side है. ठीक है? And what it is telling you, he's saying if the side becomes double. ठीक है, उसने ये बोला क्वेश्चन है साइड बिकम्स डबल. सो हमारा स्क्वायर विल ऑब्वियसली बिकम बिगर, राइट? अगर हम साइड डबल कर देंगे तो हमारा स्क्वायर भी बड़ा हो जाएगा. इतना बड़ा स्क्वायर बन गया हमारा, राइट? अब इसकी साइड्स क्या हो जाएंगे? देखो इसकी साइड अब डबल होगी तो मतलब 2s और 2s होगी. व्हाट वाज आवर इनिशियल एरिया? इनिशियल एरिया विल बी साइड इनटू साइड, दैट इज साइड स्क्वायर. और लेट्स से हियर वी हैव एज रिटन एज x सेंटीमीटर, तो x into x विल गिव यू x सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर. ठीक है, तो ये s स्क्वायर सेंटीमीटर हो गया, s स्क्वायर सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर हो गया. अब नाउ द न्यू स्क्वायर विच हैज डबल द साइड, उसका एरिया क्या होगा देखो, इट्स एरिया विल बी 2s का स्क्वायर, राइट? सो हियर विल बी राइटिंग डाउन 2s का स्क्वायर विच विल गिव अस 4s स्क्वायर. Now so which how much times वाला जब भी क्वेश्चन होता है, it always means that you have to find out the ratio. ठीक है, तो रेशियो निकालेंगे हम. What will we do? We write down the original square, ठीक है, upon new square. What was the area of the original square? It was s square. What is the area of the new square? It is 4s square. So you see s square से s square दोनों cancel हो जाएंगे. And what is the ratio that you are getting is 1/4. अब इसको क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, देखो. So इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? 4 times the original square equals to area of new square. ठीक है, ये वही जो नया वाला स्क्वायर है उसका एरिया पुराने वाले के 4 टाइम्स, ऐसे मतलब 4 स्क्वायर छोटे वाले इसके अंदर फिट हो जाएंगे. ऑलराइट, लेट्स गेट द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Question number 3 says the area of a rhombus is 16 centimeter square. The length of one of its diagonal is 4 centimeter. एक हमारे पास rhombus है, so I'll draw a rhombus for you first. ठीक है, ये so let's just elongate it a bit. That's not looking a good figure. Let's just quickly redraw it. So this is our rhombus. Okay. Now in a rhombus, you see there are two diagonals. So here I have drawn two diagonals. Okay. Now what is it telling you? It is telling you that the area of rhombus is 16 centimeter square. इसका area निकालो तो कितना निकलता है? 16 centimeter square निकलता है. ठीक है. If the length of its one of its diagonal, मतलब एक diagonal जो है, diagonal you know जो opposite vertices को touch करती है line, and it divides the figure into two equal halves, right? So we can have two diagonals in this figure, right? One of its diagonal is 4 centimeter. This one is 4 centimeter. We need to find out the value of the other diagonal, that is this vertical diagonal. Let's say इसकी value हमें find करनी है. This is D1 diagonal. This is D2 diagonal. Now the area for a rhombus is half into the product of its diagonals. Okay, area we know as 16, so in place of area I'm writing down 16. Half is half only. First diagonal is 4, so I'll write down 4 here. Second diagonal I do not know, I'll write D2 there. Okay, so this is 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Now this 2 will come into the denominator here. This will become 16 upon 2, which is equal to 8. So D2 equals to how much? D2 equals to 8 centimeter. Simple, very very simple question. Area of a rhombus is what? Half into product of its diagonals. Now let's look at the next question. Example number 4 says find the area of a rhombus whose one of its side is 5 centimeter and one of its diagonal is how much? It's 8 centimeter. So first of all we'll be drawing a rhombus and then we'll be seeing what values do we have to put into it. So this here and one goes here. So this forms the basis of a rhombus. Now as you know the rhombus has all the 4 sides equal. ठीक है, one of its sides का कोई मतलब नहीं होता है. It's just the language given to you in such a way it gets confusing, but it means all the sides are 5 centimeters. So if this is 5 centimeter, all other sides are also 5 centimeter. Now as we studied in the previous example that the diagonals of a rhombus meet at 90 degree. So I'll just draw two diagonals here. This is diagonal 1, this is diagonal number 2. Now both of these diagonals are meeting at what angle? 90 degree. 90 degree. So it means here obviously Pythagoras theorem can be used in some way or the other, because we have the base, we have the perpendicular and we have the hypotenuse. So what is hypotenuse here? Hypotenuse is 5 centimeter. Now I told you that one of its diagonal is 8 centimeter. दोनों में से या तो vertical वाली horizontal वाली, दोनों में से कोई एक what you call it diagonal जो है हमारे पास कितना है? 8 centimeter है. So when you have a perpendicular bisector of a diagonal, it always divides the diagonals into two equal parts. So if I am assuming this diagonal as 8 centimeter, so one half of it will be 4 centimeter, right? अगर ये पूरी 8 है तो उसका half कितना हो जाएगा? 4 centimeter हो जाएगा. So now we are going to find out the length of this point. So before we go to that part, we'll just name this rhombus A, B, C D, and let's name this as E. So आप लिखोगे by using Pythagoras theorem, DC is your hypotenuse. So we'll write down DC square equals to DE square, that is perpendicular ka square, plus base, that is EC ka square. What is the value of DC? That is 5. So we'll put down 5 here, 5 square. DE we do not know, we have to find it out. Plus EC, that is 4 square. 4 square will come on this side, it will become minus 16, and here we have 25, which is equal to DE square. अब देखो 25 में से 16 जाएगा, 9 बचेगा, स्क्वायर इधर आ जाएगा, अंडर रूट बन जाएगा. So under root 9 equals to DE, which comes out to be 3 centimeter. Now DE की वैल्यू हो गई 3 centimeter. This here we can write it down as 3 centimeter. अब देखो this diagonal is also getting divided into two equal parts by this intersection, है ना? So अगर ये 3 centimeter तो total will be 6 centimeter. Therefore DB diagonal equals to 6 centimeter. अब उसने हमसे क्या पूछा था? The question had asked us find out the area. Now area's formula we know, it is what? Half into product of diagonals, right? And what are the diagonals we know as? One of the diagonal is 8. The other diagonal we have found out to be 6. Right? So 2 ones are 2 3s are 8 3s are 24. So 24 centimeter square will be the area of this rhombus. Simple. So हमको एक diagonal दे रखा था, उसका हमने half कर दिया. We got one of this side as EC. हमको उसने side बता रखा था 5 centimeter. We use the Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse में से हमने base minus कर दिया. We got this perpendicular 3 centimeter. And twice of this perpendicular is the diagonal, and we got it as 6. Then हमने area निकालने के लिए क्या करा? We did it half into product of diagonals, and this is the value 24 centimeter square as your answer. Yes. Now let's look on to the next question. So example number 6 and the last example for this video. From a circular sheet of radius 5 cm, a circle of radius 3 cm is removed. So first let's understand this with the help of a figure. Okay? So मान लीजिए, let's draw one circle here. This is our circle. Okay. In this there is one more circle drawn. Okay, so I'll draw one more circle. Then I'll overlap it. Okay. So let's say we use this and we bring it over this. Okay. So हमारे पास यहाँ पे दो circles बन गए हैं. Now inside these circles, see one circle is of radius 5 cm. Okay. So center से लेके till the periphery, till the circumference, you have it as 5 cm. Right. The other circle is of radius 3 cm. So एक और circle हमने बना लिया radius 3 cm. Now how do we know कि इस सर्कल के अंदर ये सर्कल बना? तो ऑब्वियसली इसका रेडियस स्मॉल है तो इसके अंदर ही बनेगा. ठीक है. उसने बोला है कि हमारे पास एक सर्कुलर शीट है, एक पेपर है जो सर्कल के फॉर्म में है. ठीक है. नॉट अ रेक्टेंगुलर पेपर, वी हैव अ सर्कुलर पेपर. उसमें से वी आर कटिंग आउट अ सर्कल व्हिच इज ऑफ रेडियस 3 cm. सो व्हाट डज दिस मीन? व्हाट इज लेफ्ट आउट? कि अगर मैं एरिया की बात करूं तो मेरे पास कौन सा एरिया बच जाएगा? अगर इस सर्कल में से मैं बीच वाला पोर्शन कट कर देता हूं तो ओनली दिस ब्लू शेड एरिया विल बी लेफ्ट. इसको मैंने सिजर ली और ऐसे ऐसे कट आउट कर दिया. सो दिस ब्लू शेड एरिया इज लेफ्ट. सो एक्चुअली आई हैव टू फाइंड आउट द एरिया ऑफ दिस ब्लू शेड. नाउ हाउ डू आई फाइंड इट? आई नीड टू नो द टोटल एरिया. उसमें से मैं सेंटर वाले को सब्ट्रैक्ट करूंगा. विल रिमूव द सेंटर पोर्शन एंड विल गेट द रिमेनिंग एरिया. सो व्हाट डज दिस मीन? दिस मीन्स वी विल फाइंड आउट द एरिया ऑफ द बिगर सर्कल, दैट इज पाई कैपिटल R फॉर रेडियस ऑफ बिगर सर्कल माइनस पाई स्मॉल r स्क्वायर, दैट इज एरिया ऑफ द स्मॉलर फिगर. ठीक है. I will take pi common. Inside it will be left r square minus r square. You can directly put out the value and you can solve it otherwise also. So pi की जगह हम लिख देते हैं, let's say 22/7. Capital R is 5, so 5 square is 25. Small r is 3, so 3 का square is 9. 25 minus 9 will give you 16. So what do you get? You get 22/7 into 16. Okay. Now, if you are having difficulty in dividing and then multiplying, you can also use the value of pi as 3.14. So, हम directly 3.14 को 16 से भी multiply कर सकते हैं. Let's do it. 3.14 multiplied by 16. 6 4s will give you 24. 2 into carry. 6 1s are 6 plus 2, 8. 3 6 are 18. Then we'll put one cross here. And it will give you 3 1 4 only, because 1 6 which is multiplied with it gives us the same thing. 4. This will be 12. 8 9 10. And this is 5. 5.24 हो गया हमारे पास, ठीक है. Now we have to put point after 2 digits. So this is 50.24 centimeter square, the area of the left out portion. ठीक है. So ये blue वाला जो area कितना आ गया? 50.24. Clear with this? Now I hope you understood all the questions that we did in this video. We'll be doing more questions. We'll be having one more video on this topic in which we'll be doing the exercise sheet of this. So make sure you do watch it. I'll put the link in the description down below. And if you have any doubts, you can write your doubts in the comment section. Thank you.